Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Monday, October 13, 2025. And in the news this afternoon, Portmore councillors sound alarm over unapproved asphalt plant on Dyke Road. The erection of an asphalt plant along Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine has sparked outrage among councillors who say the facility is being built without the necessary approvals from the Portmore Municipal Corporation. At last, the Wednesday's general meeting of the corporation, Waterford Division Councillor Finlay Douglas revealed that no approval was granted for the construction of the plant, which is reportedly being developed near several residential communities, including Waterford. From my understanding, the developer of the plant started construction and they are now on building 2 while no approval was granted, Douglas told the meeting. My understanding also is that a stop order was served by council ordering the developers to cease and desist. However, they continued to build, disregarding the notice from the municipal council. Douglas warned that residents of his division and the nearby communities face a serious health risk from the toxic fumes that could be generated once the plant becomes operational. While I support the local economic development, I am also cognizant that such a plant in the middle of populated communities cannot be good for the citizenry, he said. Douglas said he had consulted environmental experts who confirmed his worst fears about the potential dangers, including cancer. He also raised the concerns about the possible decline in property values for homes in the surrounding areas. He stressed that, as a councillor, he has a fiduciary duty to safeguard the well-being of his constituents. For the people of Portmore, I am begging that this council use its power to stop this imminent danger to the citizens, Douglas pleaded. In his response, Portmore Mayor Leon Thomas assured the council that action has already been taken to address the situation. The necessary notices have been served and we will take this matter to our lawyers for further action. We are also calling on the National Environment and Planning Agency, the agency with responsibility for environment, to come on board, Thomas stated. I know that our officers have visited the site and served the necessary notices, and we will send a follow-up letter. It can't be that the smaller man will adhere to the notices of the municipality, but the person who believes that they have the resources can bypass the municipality. We will not stand for this, Thomas assured. Efforts by the news to get a comment from the individuals responsible for the construction and the operation of the asphalt plant proved unsuccessful, as repeated attempts to make contact were met with no response. Gun haul in St. Thomas. A 78-year-old man is among 2 people in police custody for illegal possession of ammunition and firearms following seizures made during 2 separate police operations in St. Thomas on the weekend. One multi-caliber AM-15 rifle was among the seizures. According to Deputy Superintendent of Police Javane Williams, the halt is the result of robust efforts by investigators to stymie the proliferation of illegal weapons in the parish. The volume and the caliber of weapons seized indicates the continuous efforts by criminal elements to bring serious violence into our communities, said Williams. This will not be tolerated, and we will be doing everything in our power to ensure citizens' safety. The elderly man was taken into custody after his home in License was searched by sleuths acting on information on Friday, and a quantity of ammunition was found in his possession. Police personnel said that during the search, a magazine loaded with 16 rounds of 9mm ammunition was found concealed inside a printer located within the suspect's bedroom. That operation is suspected to be tied to other ongoing criminal investigations, they said. In the second incident, hours later, sleuths late Saturday night intercepted a Honda CR-V motor vehicle whose driver was from the parish. Upon search of the vehicle, a black AM-15 multi-caliber rifle with a partially erased serial number and a black Taurus pistol with a magazine containing 4 9mm rounds were found. The police also seized 2 5.56 magazines, 9 5.56 cartridges, and 1.22 round. In both incidents, the men were arrested for unauthorized possession of ammunition and stockpiling prohibited weapons. This successful operation is a direct result of intelligence-led policing and demonstrates the Jamaica Constabulary Force's unwavering commitment to disrupting the supply chain of illegal guns that fuel murders across the island, offered Williams, adding that the GCF continues to urge citizens to share information via the 311 Crime Stoppers telephone number, the National Intelligence Bureau tip line, or the nearest police station. The JCF continues to stress that the removal of any illegal firearm or ammunition component is a vital step in disrupting the cycle of violence. We continue to commend the members of the public who continue to share information. Intelligence-led operations remain the cornerstone of policing strategies to improve community safety, he said. The St. Thomas Police said they have seized some 18 firearms and more than 300 rounds since the start of the year. Disabled teen shot in drive-by dies. Had he died of natural causes, illness, or an accident, Narlene Smith may have been able to handle the passing of her disabled son, Jayador Campbell. Instead, the 17-year-old, who was both hearing and speech impaired, succumbed to injuries he sustained when gunmen shot him and 5 other persons in their Kingston community last Monday. Reports are that a white car drove onto Texter Lane before turning onto Charles Street, where 4 gunmen opened fire. Jayador died on Saturday. Them call me today, I tell me if you come for identifying body, but me couldn't go, said Smith. Me always see it, but me never bargain for this. Me never expect some me go look past somebody for identify them body. Not even when my mother died, me don't go. And now my son. The walls in and around the area still bear the marks of the terror that unfolded that night, the bullet holes appearing as scars that refuse to fade. Smith looks at them dazed. The whole we could have dead, but him never deserved this. Him never deserve it, she said. As me say, God knows best, but better him did sick and die rather than shot take him home. Jayador, who attended the Lister Mayor Gilby High School for the deaf, was well known in his community. Despite still wearing diapers, his mother said he moved around independently and always wore a bright smile. Him do things for himself, even though him foot them 100, she explained, still speaking about him in the present tense. That tragic night, the family had been outside together, escaping the darkness of a power outage. He was sitting out here with everybody. We were outside because there was no electricity. But they just get up with my 1-year-old, and by the time if he come back, a beer shot, she recalled. If me did sit down there, maybe me would have get shot. And even if me did the same place where he was, me would have frightened and still run left him. Jayador was the older of Smith's 2 children. His younger sister, now 1-year-old, is her only comfort as she tries to pick up the pieces. Him love eating, that is the best thing for him, she said with a faint laugh. He was always smiling, my son always a smile, and that is what keeps flashing back in my head. Looking through his photos, she smiled sadly. Her Chacha boy, as she affectionately called him, was always neatly dressed and full of life. Me never make him run dry or short of anything. Him never deserve to go away here. As the day when she lays him to rest approaches, the pain is raw. Smith also had stern words for those quick to spread misinformation. People have a lot to say about how them a picnic and the par road after hours. It was not late and we were all out there in our own community, she said. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.